Apologies, folks. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty here. We're trying to get this scoreboard fixed to where that clock will count down for you. I apologize for that. My name is Frank Maialetti, the cue ball from the pool hall. Scott Frost will be joining me here momentarily. We have 1-0 on the score with Tyler Styer and Jonas Souto Comino. Okay, rack number 2, Tyler Styer to break, leading 1-0. Tyler's going to have to make a little adjustment on that one. It's 2 in a row. And he's broken and now put in the one in the side. Tyler's usually a pretty good favorite to make that one ball in the side pocket. Jonas onto the 2. He's going to play the 2 into the corner, come out 1 rail for the 3. Jonas has been here since Wednesday. Played in the Pennsylvania State one pocket tournament that we had here. And obviously he was here for the Matchroom event too. Nice having Jonas here, nice guy. Making quick work of that shot clock. Looks like he's averaging about 8 to 10 seconds a shot. Remember, all ball fails. If he touches that ball at all, it's going to be ball in hand. Comes back out for the 6 in the side pocket. Starting to get a little chilly here in this booth. I think there's a little bit of a cold front coming in. Even though Jonas is from the islands where it's nice and warm. Makes the 8 to the corner. Hitting back for the 9 in the bottom. We got 1-1 on the score. Getting a little frigid, like I said. That's because I'm being joined by none other than the freezer, Scott Frost.
What's up, buddy?
Not much, pal. Almost done.
Yeah, I wish we had more to go, actually.
Me too.
Good matches. Very good matches. I feel like there's a little bit at stake here. Tyler would like to gain a few more points winning this match. Gonna get a good look at Jonas's break. Wow, this was interesting. We're not hit very hard. I think the ref actually said something about that. I don't know that it was intentional. I touched on it last match. There's a pretty big dynamic between these two guys. Jonas wears his heart on his sleeve. Very good kid. I think he's great for pool. He's exciting to watch. Tyler, a little bit more reserved and robotic. Be interesting to see what happens going forward. So I think he wants to stay above the 2. More to the left side, like where the 3 is. Well, he wants to completely steer clear of the 3, and this is okay too because he's got enough angle now he can just cross the face of the 2, catch the 4 full, come over to the left long rail and out for position. I think with Tyler's break, he's going to be tough to beat. I think this equipment suits his style.
Yeah, his first 2 breaks, they were dry. So I think he has to make an adjustment going forward, or it's going to hurt him leaving the open tables for Jonas.
And he will make the adjustment. Jonas's break that I just witnessed was subpar. The loser here is guaranteed $2,800. The winner guaranteed $5,600. Oh, he caught that very wide, a little quick. With a chance up top at winning $8,600 in the title of the Pennsylvania Open. There's one thing about Tyler Frank. I think he plays better when he flows. When he tends to slow down, there's times where he talks himself out of situations or decisions that might be the right decision. He'll agree to that. When he gets playing quicker, Johan Rusnik has talked about it, he's at his best.
Yeah, Tyler seems like a very methodical player. It has to just, like you said, exact words, flow through. He's just, as he's stroking the ball, he just puts himself in a nice angle.
Needs to settle. He'll be all right. We've all seen this ball get away. Styer, after game number 3, going to take the lead 2-1. Yeah, so Styer looking to make that adjustment. Needs to get the 1 down in the left center. Way low. And to Frank's point now. Dry again. That won't get it. It's a combination of things, especially the way Tyler hits the balls. Obviously, probably a little thinner than he'd liked. Needs to catch this too heavy. It's okay. You can bend out 2 rails here out of the lower right corner. Oh, he's caught that a bit thick. Fast-paced player is Souto.
Tyler, a great shot on the 3, puts it into the corner. Up for the 4.
Yeah, and really just a matter of what he wants to do on the 7. Most likely play the 7. Up where he's playing the 4 now. No reason to try to travel above it. You got to give it to Styer. He works hard on his game.
I can 100% attest to that.
You know, this has come off a little hotter than he expected. This gives us a better look at how thin it is. That's why he's taking a little extra time. Maybe a little quick on the 6. Taking his extension. Yeah, very clean strike. Going to extend the lead by 2 games. After game number 4, it's all Styer. Also, do us a favor. We've mentioned it a lot in the last match, but go to Digital Pool. Share the stream. PA, Pro Am Pool, live stream. Frank Mialetti and his better half, Mindy, doing a lot up in the area. Thin again, Frank. The one goes up in the top right, but look at the cluster.
Look at that cue ball, too.
If you guys were here and seen the production that he's put together, it's beyond impressive. This man has really put a lot of work into it. He and I have become very good friends.
Yes, sir.
And I've realized how much he cares about the sport. We're lucky to have him.
Thank you very much. Such kind words.
It's true. And everybody that knows you says the same thing. Very true.
We all have to do our part.
Yeah, it takes an army. He's going to elect a push. The only option when doing this is after the break. He can roll the cue ball anywhere he'd like. The oncoming player has the option to take it on or give it back. There's not a lot of risk in taking this here just because of the position of the 3. I don't think you want to pass this up. You might be able to use the 6 as cover if you'd like. Maybe chipping the 2, Frank, over to the left long rail, unless Jonas, do we call him Jonas or Jonas?
So, I believe the American version of it
Is Jonas.
is Jonas, but he refers to himself as Jonas.
Yeah, I believe he's going to stay aggressive here. That's just his style. He's fun to watch. Well, he's fooled us all. Tyler, back to the table.
Scott, seeing all the players in the event this week, are you surprised with the final 16?
Negative.
Negative.
Yeah. It just seems like the cream always rises to the top, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what we have talked about is a lot of close matches, which I think is a credit to the room, to Matchroom, to the rankings events, and the format. Okay, so he was actually trying to rip the 2 at the 8 and 3 as well. Turned out okay. Does he even want to make the 2 here? Can he get down into these balls? Oh, yeah, the line to get down into these. Does he try to play the 7 now? Boy, what an out this might be. The 3 might go off the 8 in the bottom right. Yeah, pretty passive there. Shot clock was winding down to 5. I feel like Jonas can, at worst, yeah, he's looking at the 7 too, Frank.
Try to slide it to the side. Scott, on a shot like that, we're looking to catch one rail, correct, on the way out for the 7?
Exactly. And he's missed it. Thin.
It's going to open the door for Tyler.
Yeah, I thought he had a good defensive option, too. I thought he could chip the bottom side of the 3, sing it up towards the middle left long rail right there and go behind the 4 and 9. Never even looked at that option. Felt good over the 7, just missed it thin. to the corner. Much bigger pocket that way. And just want to catch this thin. Don't want to catch it too thick. Actually, a lot thinner than you'd think, and he was aware. Really nice control. More experience in this arena, for sure, is Tyler Styer. Fargo's very close.
And Tyler's going to get himself onto the 9, looking to extend his lead to 4-1 in a race to 11. Race to 11. Okay, we have rack number 6. Leading 4-1. Tyler Styer to break.
He's proven to be unsuccessful so far. I believe he's got to catch him a little thicker. Yes, the 1 going just short again. And dry again. And that will not get it. It's kind of wild that he's leading 4 games to 1. He's broke dry 4 times. I believe there's a pocket for the 1 in the lower right. This one, he's got to get down. Well, and that he did. He's a quick player. Very emotional player. Fun to watch. Great for the game. He's a good young man. Out into the middle here. All ball fouls. He's aware of the 7. Meaning, if you touch a ball unintended or illegally, it's ball in hand for the opponent. Like to stay below the 5 here, Frank. That way you can track 1 rail up if you'd like. Staying on the right side of the table for the 6. Might have finished a little straighter than he'd like, so he might draw back now. Could force follow 3 rails as well.
That's what it looked like he's doing.
Can he hold? Extension called. It's got an angle, as you see. Does he drop down between the 7 and 8? Does he try to come across table and out? Now he's leveled out. I think he's going to try to drop down between. Yeah, that'll work. Gambling a little bit, but it paid off.
Very close to the 7.
This.
I don't think he wanted to land there at all, Scott.
Yeah, I don't know if this is... Yeah, I believe he can cut it. It's a thin chop. Yeah, thinner than that. It looked awful thin to me, so a gift for Styer in game number 6.
Tyler looking to extend that lead to 4 racks now. Tyler taking this 9 into the pocket. Right now he's cruising. Could we have an all Midwest final today?
Yeah, for a while there, it was looking like it was going to be Vitale and Styer, a rematch of the Texas Open. The wheels fell off for Vitale, and Woodward took advantage. 11-7 victory there. Look, we've talked about it. It's a thankless job. You hear about a referee if he makes mistakes, but you don't hear about him if he does a good job, so we like to give them the credit that they deserve. It's not easy. You don't see a lot of people raising their hands throughout the country wanting to be a referee.
No.
I wish there was more of them.
Sometimes we're tournament directors either.
That's a fact. Takes a certain breed. We are racking the 2 randomly. What this does is keeps the player from playing position after making the 1. It's the beauty of the WNT and Matchroom rules. It's why the game has grown so much in the last few years. They've figured it out. Tyler might have said a little something to John as well. He has had 4 drive breaks. To be honest, a little surprising to even me. Crazy game. This 9-ball. You can break bad and win, break good and lose. You can break dry and win, break and make them all, and get corner hooked on the 9. Let's see if the rack adjustments were made along with the break adjustments. Styer to break in game number 7. Same result. I think he's catching him too thin.
Yeah, I have a tendency to believe you. Even if when John came over and they spoke about the break, spent a few seconds on it. Yeah, I'm sorry, spoke about the rack, spent a few seconds on it, and the same result. Maybe just a missed opportunity on the spot he's looking for.
Yeah, the one has been made on this table pretty consistently by the other players. So it's not that it can't be done. I don't believe the room is really changing as far as temperature. I think he's just catching a fraction thin. I do expect him to make the adjustment. The question is when. This is also awkward. Trying to play rail first. Boy, but you had so much traffic there. Surprised he didn't consider the defensive play, Frank, behind the 7.
He has a little bit of a look at it, too.
Yeah, if he's got a gap, then he can possibly play the 8. Oh, look at this with speed. Wow, what a great shot. Settling for distance there. Really the 5 to the 6, 4 to the 5. This is the big shot in the rack. Cleanly shot. He's got an interesting style.
Jonas does shoot with a speedy delivery. He's never been accused of slow play, in my opinion, but
Yeah, he's got a quick pace around the table, and once down on the ball, also quite quick, but very accurate. Seems quite natural to me. Also very fearless. One of those guys that could climb the rankings quickly over the next year.
I definitely agree. I'm a fan of his game. I like the way he plays. I like the way he conducts himself. And Jonas coming down. He's going to look to try to pocket this 9 ball. Might be a little tight on the rail there, Scott.
This is that ball that constantly gets away from them. I'd rather been above it than below it. Should manage it without any trouble. And after game number 7, back within 3. Miscue. Yeah, miscue results in nothing offensive, I don't think, for Styer. Thinking here. Yeah, probably going to the left of the 2, drawing back, using the 7, 5, and 9. Yeah, like so. Like a little rub on the 8. A little bit more than that would have been sufficient. You can see the 1, Frank.
Yeah, you can see the 1.
I don't know that he can make it or do anything with it.
Could banking the 1 back up table be a possible shot for him to stay behind the 9?
Option for sure. Down to 10 seconds. Oh, I like what he did. He actually used the 8 there. He didn't get him snookered with the 8. I think he got him with the 5, but pretty clever.
Could be a 2 rail escape, Scott. Long side rail, top rail. Kick the 1 back down.
Down to 10 again. Extension is called. 1/32 extension per rack. Yeah, if he uses the 2 rail escape, we've highlighted this over and over. He's going to come behind it. He's got room. The 1's way out, so he can get deep enough. You want to catch the 1 fat. I love the speed. Yeah, very good hit. So most amateurs that shoot that shot feel that they have to hit it harder for the cue ball to stop. In all reality, you can hit it as easy as you want. As long as you're using a high ball, it will check up. High acts as low off the rail.
Jonas looking at this 9. Looks like he's trying to come off the edge of the 1.
Boy, it's really thin to the 9. He's got to catch the 1 extremely thin. Oh, he just let it rip. What's the 1 going to do? Just wide.
Definitely sets up an opportunity for Tyler to regain that 4 rack lead that he had before the beginning of the last rack.
Tyler looking to draw straight back out. I'll tell you what, playing in the Moscone Cup gives you a lot of experience with the shot clock in the background. You can hear the referee announcing 10 and then 5. It does seem like he's getting from 10 to 5 rather quickly. But it didn't affect Tyler, and it doesn't typically affect these guys. Full of experience. And this is going to be good.
Well, we know who we have in the finals already waiting. We have Captain America, Sky Woodward.
Yes, sir. Chosen as captain of Team USA this year. And I think, initially I kind of questioned it within myself. And then the more I thought about it, I thought, pretty genius idea. Really puts it in the players' hands. They don't have any excuses. I think Skylar's the right man for the job. Truly do.
Do you think there's a slight bit of selfishness on Skylar's end to want to play Jonas rather than Tyler in the finals to try to close that gap in points?
Yeah, I don't think he's even thinking that, to be honest with you. Probably not.
Just looking for a good finish and trying to snap it off?
Yeah, if you're really focused, you're just focused on doing your job, right? That's the goal. But I could be wrong. Could be crossing his mind. I don't think he would be hurt by any means if Jonas defeated Tyler. I think he's prepared to play him. And I can tell you that Styer needs to make an adjustment on the break.
Yeah, I don't think he'd win a tournament if he's not making any balls on the break. I mean, stranger things have happened, but the odds are completely against your favor in that one.
Yeah, and this has just kind of been one of those odd matches, right, where nobody's really getting a good look at the one after the dry break.
Back out to the 9. Tyler looking to take that 4-game lead into rack number 8. He's got it down, and we got the score of 6-2 going into rack number 9. Okay, rack number 8. Tyler to break with a 4-game lead, trying to get to 11 first.
There's the adjustment. And waiting for it. He did put a little more juice on it as far as power. But notice where the cue ball finished. Caught him thicker. Once again, no positive look. Push out, most likely coming. Yeah, you've got it. If there was something I would say that Tyler could possibly work on, might be his push game a little bit. I'm not saying that was the wrong push, but historically we've kind of diagnosed players' games, and I feel like that could be improved a little bit. There were just so many options for Souto right there, to where Tyler placed the cue ball. I felt like if he went to the left of the pink, makes things a lot more difficult. Instead, going to the right, or our right, it opened him up for a lot of different options. Fortunately for Styer, he's got a gap. Yeah, you'd like to have gotten more out of that as well. Hit will be easy. Does he play to kick it in, Frank, or play to look at what he's doing? So he's looking to catch the 2 thick right into the face, and the 2 3 rails, and stick the cue ball right there behind the wall.
He's very close to making that one, Scott.
Yeah. Don't believe that he was intending on it, but maybe he changed his mind. Psst, 2 does not pass the 7, I don't believe. Yeah, once again, left out in the open. just a matter of buckling down and trying to get the 2 in. And just thick here.
A very fortunate kiss off of that 9. Put him down to the bottom rail.
Yeah, and the 9 actually made the 3 a little tougher too, I believe. He's going to level out, go forward just right of the 4, I think. Oh, he had a straighter line than I could see.
I don't think he did him any favors though, Scott. Playing that 2 into the corner, he still has to get to a really good position on a 3. If he just plays it in and punches it over, I don't believe he'll have a shot. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he wants to get below the 7. Well, things going a little sideways for both guys. Does he try to go up into the 7 here?
Yeah.
I touched on it last match when we talked about Tyler playing this round. And I think the break is the best part of his game. A lot of us talk about it. His patterns at times are questionable. He does what he likes to do. I don't know if swinging the cue ball around 5 rails or 4 rails was the right play there, irregardless, but
I think he might be getting that ball and hand back. Oh, well.
just getting a little wild with the cue ball, Tyler, there. I thought he could hold for the 3. Neither here nor there. It's a much-needed opportunity for this young man. It's just a matter of picking up the pieces.
Okay, Jonas out to the 8. He's looking to make the 8 and the 9. Close that 4-game gap to 3. And after 9 racks, we have 6-3 on the score. Be Jonas's break. Okay, going into rack number 10. Tyler with a score of 6-3. Jonas's break, though, is trying to close that gap. Seems like Jonas has the side break dialed in. He makes the one side pocket, but look where the cue lands for the 8 ball.
Yeah, I expect him to go to the air here with the...
Tyler's questioning the speed of the break.
This is what I was alluding to last match. I figured we might see a little 4th of July fireworks between the two, just because of the emotion between Souto and Styer. Styer holds it in until he doesn't. Could get interesting. I think it's good for pool. Got to have a little emotion.
I like it. Adds to the drama of the television. And creates for some good matchups.
And you're just getting to see the true person. Yeah, and what a nice hit. He had to make a full ball jump there. Tracked out 2 rails. I think he can just draw back here. Does he have to punch? Oh, that's really nice. Really nice control. Don't believe he wants to risk coming back. He'd love to be right where he is right now with the cue ball.
I think with the wear this table has gotten this week, Scott, do you believe it's in that plated condition now, or you can judge the speed very well?
Yeah, they've played on it enough to really understand what it's doing. Might be coming short side. I noticed where he put his cue there. Yeah, he's elected to come short side. As long as he stays above it, it's going to be okay. He's able to draw back here. Oh, he force punched it 2 rails with a low outside ball, creating the line. Now, work left to do. Probably going to come short side to the 7. Wants to avoid the 9, Frank.
Yeah, he definitely does not want to run into the 9. Trying to close his gap.
Yeah, very well done. Barring any catastrophes, it looks like Jonas will be within 2 and breaking. Tyler. A little hot under the collar. I think he feels that Jonas might be soft breaking. Felt like he actually hit him a little harder that rack than he has in the previous racks.
Tyler looked at saying maybe the break was embellished with the little leg kick. Even so, Jonas pockets the 9 and brings it within 2. Gonna race to 11.
All right. Trailing 4 games to 6. Souto to break. Yeah, I feel like he's hitting him decent. Obviously, players are going to break at different speeds. I can't call that a soft break. I definitely can't call it full speed either. I think what's bothering Tyler in his defense is that Souto is kicking his foot up, acting like he's got power. But I also believe that that's just his style. Frank has left the booth. Then a couple people called over for him to talk to the referees. He does not want to be in the middle of this, but he is in the middle of this. And the 3 does pass. No problem. And another drag draw. Cue ball kind of stuns forward and then takes the line. You can see the talent in this young man. Just going to float above the 8 here. Looking to get within 1 in game number 11. Jonas Souto trails 6 games to 5. The winner of this advances to the finals. The finals will be a race to 13. This is a race to 11. Go to Digital Pool, please. Share the stream. PA Pro Am Pool live stream. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Thank you to everyone here in the building. Thank you to Matchroom and all the people running these ranking events throughout the country and the world. So I am possibly going to step out for one moment. We'll wait and see what's going on here. He's covered up by the 8 and 9. Called the rollout. He's coming down here below the 7. And I don't know if Tyler thinks he can control this. He'd like to catch Yeah, about a third of the 2, sending it up past the 8 and 9, up there behind the 4, 6, and 3. He's looking at the line at which he wants the cue ball to get back on. It's a high inside ball. Yeah, and this is very, very, very well struck. He's very good at this. Notice the speed as well. Not as easy as it looks. Distance here. Does he chip the 2 to the right, come back down behind the 7 and 8? He doesn't want to contact the 7. It's going to work out, though. He hit it great. Nice control of the object ball. Really has the right side of the table cut off. The 3 not doing Souto any favors. So he's going to have to arc this cue ball. Oh, he's jumping due to the 3. He's jumping to the right long rail. Down to 5 seconds. And he's fouled. Tensions are rising. Oh boy. It could get interesting. Share the stream. Digital Pool. PA. Pro-Am Pool live stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. We are fortunate for Frank Miletti and John Lehman, along with the other refs, but with John here, it is his job to keep control of things, and I'm certain that will happen. I've been around him, well, 30 years. The way he placed his cue, it looks to me like he wants to go forward, so this angle might not be as steep as I think. And I would like to welcome back Frank. Boy, this could get out of control here. He's overcooked it.
Yes, I am. Excuse me. Just got done talking with head referee John Lehman. There's John to warn both players about the misconduct, to keep it professional.
Oh, wow. And this is just what the doctor ordered, Frank, for Souto. I have a feeling things would have got a little more heated if he would have taken the L this rack. Styer undercutting the 5. I touched on this. The previous match. I had a feeling that, you know, and nothing crazy has happened. This is common. These guys are trying to win.
Yeah.
And I think it's good. You get to see why we need referees. You also get to see the personalities of the players. There's nothing wrong with having emotion.
And there's nothing wrong with being competitive, just as long as we keep it within the rule set.
Well, that's why the referees are here.
Absolutely, sir.
We're
That's
good
why
to
I got
go.
the best one, in my opinion.
Yes, you did. Or one of the best. Marcel is great. There's
Yes, he
many
is.
great referees out there. So that was overcut. You've got to wonder if these guys are going to take a break after this rack. A couple of uncharacteristic misses. But really, I understand both sides. Tyler's very good at edging that ball, Frank. Look at this hit. It is so much more difficult than it looks.
Absolutely. I've attempted it many a times. Keyword there being attempted.
Yeah, and you know what he's done? He's forced him to come behind the 7 regardless, off the second cushion. Typically hitting this too thin. Yeah, typically coming too thin. I've seen it all week. That ball really slides off the first rail. Left to pick up the pieces here. Game number 12. Regain a 2-game lead.
And cue ball out to Tyler, take into the side pocket. Tyler's going to roll it in for the 9 ball. He's going to take himself a 2-game lead in a race to 11. Tyler's taking a break. Mr. Lehman, be back here in 1 second, folks. You're back on.
We are back, ready to rock and roll. Styer to break, leading by 2, 7 games to 5. It is a race to 11. Yeah, and he has found the spot. The cue ball has been lost. 2 rails in the right side pocket, though.
At the end of the last rack, Freezer, Mr. Lehman went over, had a conversation with both players. Both players were warned to break at a hard speed, and then Jonas also had a warning for touching the cue ball while it was moving on the ball in hand on the 7. And then both players reminded, the last reminder, to keep it professional.
Good deal. Yeah, so the result of that scratch 2 rails in the right middle is because he's catching the one a little bit thicker now. These guys like to track that cue ball 2 rails straight into the 9 or 1 rail straight into the 9. So when he makes the adjustment, now the cue ball's tracking higher on these rails, and that's how he caught the scratch. And I think it's good stuff. To keep it under control. These guys, both professionals, I have no doubt they'll finish this match out the way it should be.
Should be 5.
Yeah, and I don't know. I apologize. I did say it was 7-5. Now the score for Souto is at 4.
It is 7-5. I'm watching over here. They're adjusting the time clock, and I think they may have accidentally hit the wrong number. We will get that fixed right away.
Score is 7-5. Connecting the dots here. Complete polar opposites in styles, these two. Tyler, very methodical. Souto, very loose and natural. Within 1 after game number 13. And the 1 goes high. Does the 3 drop? So the table tightening up a little bit. I thought the 3 would fall there. Six. Notice on the right long rail, just past the side pocket. Could potentially be a problem. Having the cue ball cleaned.
Okay, Tyler's going to take the 1 to the corner.
Yeah, well done. He's good at this shot. Knows how thin he's got to catch the 1 in order to keep the cue ball on the true line. It's really easy to lose the cue ball there. Just doesn't really want to flirt with anything here if he doesn't have to. He took the chance, and I think it paid off. Oh, there's no doubt it paid off. Excellent stroke there. Believe he comes out between the 6 and 8. Just a bit of high right. You don't want to fall straight on the 5, so stay out towards the center here. Yeah, very good.
Tyler to play the 6 to the corner. Looking to get himself onto that 7. Out to the 7 ball for Tyler. 3 more to give himself a 2-game lead. Get himself closer to that final.
I think he goes forward here. Is he changing his mind? Could draw 1 rail out. Looks to be going forward 2 rails out. Yeah, very good speed. That cue ball will not slow down, though. It will find the rail more often than not. He will manage. As Frank said, game number 14 going to Styer with a 2-game lead, 8 games to 6.
As we get closer to the end of this tournament, I'd just like to thank all the sponsors that have been involved in the Pennsylvania Open from start to finish. Notably Bluegrass Billiards, Magic Ball Rack, the League Room from Parkersburg, West Virginia, Andy Cloth, Perceptive Lighting, Digital Pool, In the Box, Marty McGee's Irish Pub, Game On Sportswear, and of course the 2 biggest contributors and gentlemen who have helped me become as successful as I am currently right now, Mr. Eddie P. from Crossroad Cues and Mr. Kevin Styer from Integrity Cues. All these people have been nothing but influential and just amazingly helpful in the creation of the Pennsylvania Open. And of course our stream sponsors, the Iwin Simonis Ride the 9 Tour, Precision Billiards, and Mr. Chris Santana from Fast and Loose Designs. Without all of you, this would not happen, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Okay, rack number 15. Tyler up by 2 with a score of 8 to 6, trying to close it out and get himself to 11.
Oh, there's the hit. But he got a bad kiss off the top of an object ball, and that's how he's finished up in the corner. That's the hit he's looking for. The timing was perfect. Frank?
Yes, sir.
I've got to know a lot of your sponsors this week, and Kevin Styer, amazing.
Yes.
Joe McGee, amazing. Literally become good friends with just about every single one of them, and I am so honored that I was a part of this. So thank you very much for having me.
There would be nobody I wanted in the booth more than you, Scott.
I appreciate it,
You were
man.
the first phone call, and actually thank you more than anything for, you're a busy person. I know you're going all over the world with Matchroom, and taking the time out for me is something that really means a lot to me. And of course, you and I have grown closer over the last year. But friendships start sometimes just from a phone call. And definitely, this seems to be going to be a lifelong one.
Looking forward to it, man.
Yes, sir.
Watch the 9. Is he going to get fortunate? Well, that's about as fortunate you could get. I think he was trying to travel across the top side of the 9 there. It's in his defense. The shot is not easy. That cue ball easily flattens out the way it does, or arcs the way it did. Don't know if he's called the extension or if he's asked for the cue ball to be cleaned. One of the two. Pretty sure it was the extension. Yeah, I don't know if you try to get too cute here. I think you stay along the right side of the table. It's all up to him. So this is kind of what I've alluded to before. At times, I feel like he tries to do a bit too much with the patterns. This is extremely steep. You guarantee yourself a shot if you stay along the right side of the table there. So what's he do here? Is he forced to play safe? Yeah, very mature. But I don't think it was necessary if he just holds to the right side of the table and guarantees himself a shot on the 5. Souto will be thrilled to be to the table. He's got to make contact here. If you hit this with a little speed, it should act true. Oh boy, this is a little unfortunate as good as he hit it. Now, I said a little speed. He did hit it quite hard.
Yeah, he's a little run and gun on that one, but
I think that's the only reason the 5 held up is the pace that it had.
Tyler gets out to the 6. Tyler's going to use this 7 to get onto the 8. Try to come between that rail and the 9. Good pace to get down towards the 8. Tyler's eyeing up this 9 straight down to the right pocket. He'll look to draw this a few inches back, or even maybe come off the side rail with a little bit of high for a little better positioning. ball down in the corner, and Tyler's going to get to 9, extend himself with a 3-game lead. He needs 2 to get to the finals. Don't count Jonas out, though. Let's see what we got here in the next rack.
People definitely starting to funnel in a little bit more. Last night was wild.
It was
in this
loaded
place.
last night. I
It
think they
was
said it was about
crazy.
350 people in here at
Yeah,
one point.
I figured there was 300 or 400 people. Joe McGee, one of the sponsors, our friend, is going to be in the booth with us for the finals tonight. It'll be Frank, myself, and Mr. McGee. Well, he's short again with the 1. It's going to follow to the top right. Does he get a look at the 2? Well, he's got a look. I don't believe he's got anything aggressive, so he's got options. 30-second shot clock with 1 30-second extension. Is he trying to bring the 2 all the way down or just graze it here? Problem with grazing it is you could leave the window or an easy return. Well, I think he's left a window, but I don't know if you can see all of it, so it could be good for Styer. Is he looking to cross this ball to the left center? Might be better off kicking to the right long rail. Let's see what he's got in mind. Yeah, now he's looking at the right long rail. A lot of good things could happen here as well. Full contact could end up behind the 3. The 2 can end up behind the wall down here. Or something could luck in. Sometimes just got to play the percentages. Down to 10. Well, looky here.
Just like you said, Scott, play the percentages.
Yeah, and I mean, he got fortunate, right? But he made good contact, and they say it pays to hit him. Obviously, a pretty good roll, especially to carry position. I believe that he was trying to get the cue ball on this side of the table and maybe get a little thinner on the 2 and just leave it on the left long rail. Neither here nor there. It worked. He's got an opportunity to get within 2. I like what he's done here. Come all the way back. That way, if you come a little short, you've still got the lower right corner. Interesting. So he doesn't mind the straight line here. He's going to have to draw back, Frank.
Yeah, you can, excuse me, draw back to the 8 ball. Go forward with it instead.
Cheated the pocket and just bent it out 2 rails.
8 ball into the corner for Jonas. He's looking to drive this 9 ball down shorten that lead by 1. A score of 9-7 now.
I'd like to thank everybody who's tuning in. We appreciate you. I know there's other things you might be able to do with your Sunday afternoon, so your support is noticed and appreciated. Souto to break. Needs to get the 1 down. Would love to get a look at the 2. The 1 is down. He's going to have a look at the 2. You can't ask for a better opportunity. Yeah, so he's going to track to the top right long rail. Look to come past the 4-9 here on the left side. The 3 is located down here in the center low end of our table. I think this is going to be okay. Crowd acknowledged. Do you take a chance and come out to the center or stay low? You can play the 4 in the top left. Well, he almost flicked the 8. Well, he did flick the 8. He almost tied the 7 up. I believe it still passes. Yeah, I think he stays right of the 7 here. Very well done. Now all of a sudden, he's not thrilled with that gesture, but I think he's going to be able to work it out. You don't need to overstress on not being exactly where you want to be. Do like the fact that he's walking around here. This is a pivotal moment in the match, in my opinion. It's a must rack for him. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Got the most out of it. Is this a little closer than I think? Yeah, so he could roll forward. These guys tend to avoid rolling the ball, but he might need to here. Yeah, okay, stun forward just as good. That way you don't allow for anything to happen when you're rolling it, so looking good, this rack. Oof, caught the low side of the middle there. But we have action. Souto within 1, trailing 9 games to 8. And once again, thank you all for tuning in. Can't do it without your support, without your views. Thank you for supporting Digital Pool. Thank you for supporting Matchroom. They have done the most in the last few years, turning players into stars. I can't speak highly enough of the CEO and her staff. They work extremely hard. And that's an understatement. So thank you to Matchroom. Thank you for allowing me to be a small part as well. Big break coming up for Souto. Oh, this is good. Oh, this is really good for the young man. And looky here, the 7 and 8. Well, first comes love, then comes marriage. They were close down low. Now they're close up top. Yeah, this is really where you've got to settle down, control your breathing, which controls the nervous system, will calm you down. He was a little concerned he was going to overrun that. Held up just in time. Love to be right back where he is now. Yeah, so gonna be okay. I think he can actually hold this. A lot of these guys like to go to the left long rail here, but you gotta put a little pace on it when you do that. He did hold. Okay. Got to muscle up here and knock this one down. Big shot. Oh, it's very cleanly hit. Game number 18 will go to Souto. And we're all knotted up at 9. It's been the story of this event, especially day 3. Every match that I've seen, actually. Mika lost Hill on a heartbreaker, making the 8 in the corner and scratching in the side to Woodward. And obviously Dominguez and Patsura. Hill. Woodward did win the next match versus Patsura 11-7. But for the most part today, we've had a lot of good competition to watch. I'm going to welcome the man back, Frank Mieletti.
9-9. Now we got some drama.
Well, he really put something into that. Seemed to me like he hit him much harder than he's been hitting them. The one tracked way high. Nothing down. Nothing straightforward either here, Frank.
Yes, sir.
Can he play the 1 off the top side of the 7 and maybe stun the cue ball down 1-2 behind the 5 and 3? The 1 comes towards the 9. Or is it too steep? I can't tell. The only concern would be to make the 7 cross side by accident. What's he got in mind? He's got options.
I like what you're calling, trying to put it behind the 5.
Yeah, I think he's weighing something up a little different, though. He's leveled out. Okay, I didn't know if he could beat the side pocket or the kiss. He's going to get a look at the one, Frank, but it does not go to the top right. Yeah, pretty heady play here, right? Using the 4 and 7.
Yeah, if that ball sits on the rail, though, I think Tyler's going to have a shot at it. Not anymore. Kind of bounced off pretty good, but was tracking towards the side.
Yeah, there's a possibility, though, to your point. Hard to tell, huh? Using the jump cue. Or is he just trying to swerve here? Oh, wow,
That's a fantastic shot.
Yeah, he used a low inside, Frank, trying to drag that ball around the 7. What a great play. And has a look at the 2. Under the circumstances, doesn't get any better than that. Wants to avoid the traffic here. Going to be okay. Tyler not afraid to play the corners. I think he will power this. He's going forward. Calling the extension. Some of you may wonder why they call 10 when he gets down on the ball. Well, just in case, they have to call 10 if he makes a decision to get off the ball or change his plans. He's got to know where he stands with the clock. Yeah, and he is one to play to the corners, which I think is good. Jeremy Jones touches on that quite a bit. Really opens the table up, a lot less cue ball movement. I think that was a mature play by the veteran, the young veteran.
I was about to say, how much of a veteran could he be at 28?
But he's a veteran. He's been around a long time. Been in the Cup for many, many years.
Yeah.
And this all started with the swerve shot on the 1, length of the table, rail first. Sending a message.
Tyler onto the 6. He's going to play right to the corner. Trying to get himself to the hill first. Taking a second, getting himself in line. Got a shot on the 8. 8 gets him to the 9. Looks like Tyler Styer is going to get to the hill. Try to get himself that one last break of this match. All right, Tyler's got 10. He's on the hill. Scott, let's go back and see that shot that he used to get out of this rack. Nice swerve shot. Run it back replay, sponsored by Dunkel Custom Cues.
Yeah, it's all about the speed here, right? If he hits it a little firmer, it doesn't have time to take, but he used a drag with an inside ball. It was obviously a shot of the rack.
All right. Rack number 20.
Yeah, and I'd say this is the biggest break shot that Styer's had so far this week.
Do you think he makes the adjustment necessary here, Scott?
Yeah, he's kind of in between, right?
Yeah.
When he misses it extremely low to the side pocket. When he hits it good, there's no question.
Mr. Burgos inspecting the rack, making sure it's perfect. All right, here we go.
Just short. The 2 is down. The cue ball gets a
down.
kiss, and it's going to the top right. And you've got ball in hand for Souto to take control and possibly keep Styer in his chair for the next 2 games. Immediately going to the combination. I think you've got to float this in, Frank.
Yeah, I agree. He wants to be able to use that 3 for a position shot to get back out.
Well, he hit it.
Yeah.
If he catches it any thicker, it could have followed it in. It would have been snookered on the 4.
He's got to get on the good side of the 4 too. The 8 ball being in the way.
Yeah, he can afford to either be on the left or right side, just doesn't want to be straight, right?
Yes.
If he's straight, he'd have to follow forward. He can manage really almost from anywhere. This line tends to fool us at times. Might have to go forward. 2 rails out. Well, I don't know about you, Frank, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Hill.
Absolutely.
Around the corner.
If we get to Hill, there's more racks to see.
Yeah, this is similar to the shot Mika had against Skyler. He scratched in the left middle. It's pretty tragic, to be honest. Mika been an inspiration to all of us. But Souto has other plans.
He's reaching.
Game number 20. We're all tied up.
All right, we're going Hill. Gotta make it a little exciting.
Love it.
Rack number 21. And this will determine who plays Captain America, Skylar Woodward, in the finals, and who will be Pennsylvania Open champion will be the kid from the Bluegrass State in the Bluegrass Pool Hall. Or will be the island boy from Spain. All right, here we go. Shout out to my friend Joe McGee for keeping us hydrated in the booth. Nine's moving. With a two landed.
Never. Go ahead, Frank.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Go. It never fails, right? That's what I was going to say. It never fails in a hill match. It's never straightforward. Very rarely do they have the opportunity to just break and run out. It always seems to be the case that something is funny, and it is.
I think it's just the cruel joke that the pool gods play on us.
Yeah, and these guys are literally playing for 2,800 this game. That's the difference. 5,600 for first, for second. So this will be guaranteed. The winner will have 5,600. The loser will take home 2,800. Not bad for one game.
That's there.
With a shot to win 8,600. Push out. If there's anybody great at this, it's Styer, but does he want to clip this thin on the left side, or does he want to... Well, he's giving it back. So it must be more difficult than it looks. I felt like he might be able to come off the right side and use the pink. It's a pretty big ball. Just bring the two back down table. We've got backup cover with the 9, 6, and 5. A little surprised he returned that. Watch the point here in the left middle. Wow, he hit this really hard.
Yeah, it's going to squeak you out, but not enough.
Styer walking out with the jump cue. Seasoned. Don't want to test the shot clock. Little fortunate there, I think, right? That the two didn't leak.
Yeah. The two leaks is going to be Tyler versus Skyler.
Then again, I guess Souto went for the bank. Must have gone. He played the cue ball all the way around and out. He had position on the 3. I didn't think the bank went.
Scott, on a shot like this, are you looking for more of a contact to get the safe, or is he really going to go kind of into this ball?
Oh, no doubt he's trying to knock it down. There is no doubt about it. And he can. And he did. He got a good rub. I believe he can play the 3 on the right side. It's going to be thin. Very thin. Tyler, like I said, seasoned veteran, even for his age. Wouldn't be shocked if he looked at something defensively, unless he feels good about this side pocket. Down to 10 seconds. Going up to the corner here. Yeah, that's what I was touching on, right? I think it's a mature play.
Mike Ray's got the 9 ball in the way. Looks like the 8 ball slightly blocking the kick shot. So Jonas come from the left side rail, Scott.
Yeah, that right long rail is probably which way he's going to go. I don't know if he's looking to go into the ball first or 2 rails behind the 3. He's taking his extension. It's a wise move. Yeah, going this route, Frank, the only concern is that top right corner is big.
It's become a big pocket.
Yeah, especially the way this cloth lengthens out. Yeah, and this was always the problem. I'm surprised that he wasn't really aware of what could go wrong there. He had to catch the top half of that ball in order to avoid the scratch.
Scott, as much as you see the future, I think I'm going to need you to give me some lottery numbers for next week.
Yeah, I wish, yeah. I just looked at where his cue was pointed, right? And I'm sure he was aware of this. So it tells me he was obviously trying to come across the top side. But also, he should be aware that this cue ball lengthens off these rails quite a bit more than a diamond. Five seconds. Another mature play, bringing the 4 down to the lower right corner. He's got a good line, too, naturally. Track down here to the left side of the 5. Really, this is the shot. It's on the 5. I think it'll be curtains. Just don't want this to run away from you. It's pretty good from there. Yeah, I don't think the side pocket's in play here. Just go above the 8. If the side pocket is in play, then you might have to elevate, but I don't believe it is. Watch out, 9.
Big 9.
Watch out, 9. Oh, no. Styer behind the 9. He's out of extensions. He's in shock that it finished there. Down to 10. And this will be heartbreaking for Styer. And you've got to wonder where Woodward is. I'm sure he's
over there hitting balls.
Somewhere close, knowing what's going on. I don't think he cares who he plays. What a match this has been. Pretty tight all along. Got a feel for Styer. Played a real solid match. But you've got to be pumped for Souto. It's 1 ball away from the final.
Looking at it a little bit.
You'll see some emotion. That's why we love 9-ball, Frank.
Exactly.
I think it's great to see.
And Jonas Souto will close this match out and get himself to the finals against Skylar Woodward. We're going to take a few minutes break here. We're going to take a 30-minute break here, come back at 7 o'clock for our final matchup. Give both players a few minutes to hit some balls, compose themselves. We'll be right back. Guys, come back at 7. Do not miss this.